What's up, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Scenes. I'm Will.
I'm Donnie.
I know.
Hey, I'm happy I got that right this time.
Yeah. So, real quick, we completely forgot to do this on the first episode. We want to ask you guys, before we kick off the second episode a second time, and we'll talk about that too, we want to ask you guys to go in, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, all this great stuff that they tell us at least you're watching and we're not just sitting here talking to a camera in an empty room. So that would be great.
That would be great. I appreciate it if you did that. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I said this is our second episode, the second time. So this is actually the second day we filmed this exact same episode, because if we're being transparent, the first time we filmed this episode was a complete disaster.
Dude, to have behind the scenes footage of the behind the scenes, I don't know why this place is still standing.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things that we had, like, if it was a battery issue, you know, I come up and check to make sure we got battery. It says we got 3 of the 4 bars. Hey, we're golden. Slap that memory card in there, get ready to do everything, and the battery starts blinking. And I'm just like, why is the battery like blinking now? So it's like, grab the other battery, throw it in, and it like no charge on it whatsoever. So it's like that one issue. Then
this is what people go through and they just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most frustrating parts of doing, I think, anything, family pictures, family videos, game night, and
game nights.
I do not like game nights at all. I'm not a huge fan of board games at all. And because if we're being very honest and very transparent, people love saying they love game nights. They say, oh, I love game nights. I love doing board games with my kids. And they take these pictures of all the kids just holding up the little pieces and the little fake Monopoly money and crap.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's a nightmare. If you play game night I'm real passionate about this.
Let them hear it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's let them hear it.
If you do game night for 100 minutes, 99 of those minutes are frustrating.
Oh.
Because you're
playing the wrong game.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Hide and seek would be the best one. Y'all go hide. I'll find you in 30 minutes or so.
20 minutes of sanity, and I'm off to go find them. That's great.
Yeah, it's
so is it just board games in general? I mean, squirrel, we're going off rabbit trail here, but like, what is it about board games you don't like?
It ain't just board games. I don't like playing poker. Like, I'm the type of guy, if we play poker, I'm going all in until I lose, just so I can go sit someplace else. I don't know. You know what? I'm not very competitive.
Okay, and that's fine.
I'm not very competitive.
Yeah.
But the people I tend to be around, they're extremely competitive.
And that does something to you.
Well, no, it doesn't do anything. It makes me want to get out of the room.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what it does to you.
Yeah, like, I don't want to be there. Like, they get all competitive and get frustrated, and, you know, they're over there, we're playing sorry, they're throwing the things down, they're over there hiding wads of money in Monopoly, they're buying all the properties, and I get frustrated. I'm like,
50s all night, grandma.
Yeah, I mean,
game's over.
I get frustrated, and I'm just like, I don't want to play this no more. And then you start playing poker, and it starts seeming like a real fun, you know, lively family game, and then all of a sudden people start getting emotional, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go watch TV. Like, I like playing hide and seek. Hide and seek, and I think it's just because it's, you know, everybody knows the rules. You know, there's really not a whole lot of room for debate.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, you kind of get to do your own thing. So,
all right, cool. We'll taper off that, because I feel like we could stay there for a while.
Yeah.
Because I'm an avid game night guy. I freaking love it. Now, I do have a competitive side, yes, and but I don't think I come through like, bruh. Now, I know there's a couple people that might watch going, remember that one time?
Or the 2 time or 3 times or 13 times you've done it.
But I think it's all like, that's the way the game's supposed to be. It's supposed to get in there and get fun, you know, and that's what makes it fun, the competitiveness maybe.
It ain't fun, though, when they flipping the table over and they're throwing the money down and screaming that you stole Boardwalk and Park Place.
That's not me, okay, guys? Let's just clear the
Just stare at it.
I see you just staring at it. Back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Yeah. So we wanted to come to you guys today and talk to you guys a little bit about marriage and what's the perfect marriage, what's not the perfect marriage, what marriage are you in with your wife and your spouse or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or you're single and you're going to be married one day, you have high hopes for that aspiration. there's always something that someone's going to tell you. Oh, we're going to have the perfect marriage, and best of luck to you on that. Or if we fight, we're going to fight this way, and it's going to be structured. And everybody's got their way of doing things. But I think once you and your wife come up with ideals, or you and your husband come up with ideals on what's going to make it work for you guys, it doesn't matter because it works for you guys. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So,
what's the worst piece of marriage advice you've ever gotten? Not the best, the worst piece of marriage advice you've ever gotten.
I think I've heard before that if this don't work out, you just find you a new one, which is like absolutely horrible. That's the worst advice to say. Well, if all else fails, just go find another one, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
This is probably going to be very controversial. Some people are going to disagree. I think the worst thing, and at the time, I think it's the best thing because there's signs and there's memes and people post it. The whole "don't go to bed angry" thing. Like, I thought that was right, and I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. But I've been married almost 15 years.
Oh yeah.
And my wife and I, we are completely different when it comes to what's confrontation.
Yeah.
I am a sweep it under the rug, and then when the rug gets completely full, just burn the house down. Yikes. My wife, we're going to talk about, sorry if I made that noise, we're going to talk about it, but we might not talk about it right now, because if we talk about it right now, we're going to say some things we don't want to say and some things we don't mean, and it's going to come out the wrong way. Yeah. So my wife, I've learned over 15 years, because the first 14 and a half years, I got it wrong.
I'm going to get it wrong again, but
probably. I got it wrong because we'd get into an argument, we'd get into a fight, and I'd want to talk about it right then and there. I'd want to conversate because I don't want it sitting on my mind, my spirit. Yeah. So I want to talk. And she finally got to the point, she goes, you need to leave me alone. I need to walk away. I need to chill out, because if I say something, it's going to come out the wrong way, or I'm going to say something I don't really mean. So you got to let me chill. And sometimes that chill is overnight.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes that chill is overnight. So we'll go to bed, and we're laying in the same bed, but you look that way, I look that way, and it's worked for us.
Yeah, and
sometimes,
and that's one of the things, like we were just referencing here, that you find what works for you and your family, and that's what works. So we know what sign not to buy Will and Rachel for their house. Don't go to bed angry and then plaster it above the wall in vinyl. That's not something we're doing here, guys.
No.
Because that's the way it goes. But to each their own. They find their things. I'm a firm believer in let's talk about it. Before, and I don't like the idea of sweep it under the rug, because I want all my garbage on the table, and let's talk about our garbage. But let's not talk about our garbage heated, like you said. So let's take a breather or something like that, because she's gonna look at me and she'll say, well, you know what, you had bad hair today, and your mama stinks, or whatever. I'm just gonna be, oh dang, now I got bad hair and my mama stinks. So
the one thing I told my wife that she would do, and I was like, hey, I don't like it when you do this, and I had to pray long and hard for several years before I said this.
Wow.
But the comment that she would make, and I've heard someone say, you know what your problem is?
Ooh, that's a great way to start.
No, I don't. You gotta lean up when you start talking about. No, I don't know what my problem is. Why don't you tell me? And if I ever said that to my wife, I said, babe, you know what your problem is? Her response was like, you. And there ain't a whole lot you coming back from. My God, I guess you're right. I guess I am the problem.
Yeah, that goes along with that other saying. Hey, I want to tell you something. I don't want to offend you, but just because you said that doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to take offense now.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to offend you, but you smell.
No.
So it's like, well, hold on now. I'm just not supposed to take.
Or if they started coming, I ain't trying to be mean or nothing. Well, please stop. Because whatever next is going to come out of your mouth is most likely going to be mean.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear it. My self-esteem's already in the trash from whatever else has happened.
Trying to find what's left of it in this jar.
Yes. So, but yeah, so as Donnie was saying, talk about marriage, but not just the whole, marriage is great, marriage is wonderful, and it is. Marriage is great and wonderful. But what people don't tell you, and what you do not hear, is marriage is a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I will say the one quote I have heard several times, I do think it's pretty cool. It says that marriages are made in heaven, but the maintenance is done here on earth.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool,
Yeah.
and it is. There's a lot of maintenance. Same as like with a car, a house, you got to do maintenance and you got to do upkeep, and the same thing with your marriage. Same thing with relationships, and if you're dating, I would say get that maintenance and that checkup done early. So hey, this is what I'm going after, and if you're going after the same thing, that we could run toward it together. But if not, maybe we'll meet down the way in other ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. I know we referenced before, some of these things as far as it's a choice. You want to wake up and choose to brush your teeth today. If not, then you're okay, but you got some consequences. But if you don't choose to try to make your relationship work, because it's work. You have to choose to do it. Just like you choose to wake up and go to work every day. Well, you do that because of what reason? Well, I got to provide for my family. I got to have a roof over my head. It was beat into me to go to work, or whatever the case is. You need to make money, or however you live your life, you need to wake up and do those things.
Yeah.
But if you don't wake up and try to do some sort of effort to your relationships, regardless of what relationship it is, a friend, a loved one, whatever the case is, you can't be upset that it's not succeeding. Because you can push it out as much as you can, but if you don't get anything back, then maybe that's telling you where the relationship's at.
Yeah.
So that's just a big thing I think of as choice. And then at one point in time, we in our other video, we referenced the other side of the lawn.
The who?
Grass is greener on the other side.
I thought you said the other side of the wand. I was like, I don't even know who Juan is. like, are you talking about him?
The
lawn, grass.
Yeah.
Grass
Yard,
a yard.
Yeah.
The other side of the yard.
Yeah, the other side of the yard is always greener because that's where the manure is.
Yeah.
That's where the poop is.
Or like my wife, she read that thing to me and said, the grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah.
So, man, if your marriage is, rough right now, just put some water on that sucker. Put a little feed on it, you know. And I think that kind of goes back to the seasons. We talked about seasonality. You guys don't get to hear the really good part because we're not going to post that video because it was a train wreck and a disaster. But we talked about seasons of relationships and marriages and dating and courting and all this stuff. There's seasons, just like there's seasons in the country. Again, not in Georgia. Georgia, we have hot and not hot. That's pretty much the only seasons we have. But everywhere else, you got spring, autumn, summer, fall. In summer and spring, things grow. In autumn and fall, other things die and they get reborn. Marriages and relationships, they go through these seasonality things. And sometimes we're in a season together where everything's great and wonderful and we're flourishing and we're thriving. And then there's some seasons where, man, we're so busy with the church, we're so busy with work, we're so busy with the kids. There's not a whole lot of time for us. And we know that that's an issue. But guess what? Things are coming in and we don't want to talk about that type of stuff. You know what? That's you got to recognize. And let me tell you, one of the biggest things I've seen in many of the people that I've married and many of the people that my wife and I've counseled.
Hold on, you married more than one person?
Well, as a pastor, I've married more people.
Sorry. You married your wife.
I forgot to tell you.
Oh, God.
I said, I've married a lot of people. I've married several.
She's going to beat you.
Yeah. So, the people that we've counseled and done like marriage counseling with is here's the issue. I'm in summer and spring, and guess what? I am extremely affectionate, and I'm extremely loving, and I'm wanting all this physicality, and that's a real word, physicality and touching and loving. And guess what? She's going through some stuff because she's at home with the kids, and she's working, and she's dealing with this junk, and her body's doing this. So she's in a winter and fall type season, and she wants nothing to do with my summer mindset. So what happens is, I'm all kind of like, I look pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood. How come you don't want none of this?
Yeah.
And she's over there, I don't want none of this because I just got done scrubbing 3 toilets.
Yeah.
That's why. So it's just that
yeah.
And it's all about that communication, not understanding where one another's at.
Yeah. Finding out where you fit in, it's in the middle of cleaning, maybe not it. Hey, if that works for you, you found you, and that's okay. No one's to say that there's a storybook on how to do it. If one's over there washing the dishes and the other one's rubbing the counter and they just stop and say, you know what? You look really good doing them dishes. And she might say, you know what? You look really good doing them countertops. They going to stop and do whatever they do right now.
Round.
So, I mean, who's to say that that's wrong? I'm not. He
Well,
might think it is.
People
But
sitting in the living room waiting on you guys to.
sorry about that. Nancy, I'll call you back.
I said phone's on silent.
You did.
So all right. Going back to the cleaning and stuff, that brings me to a great point.
Go ahead.
All right, we talked about this in the video,
Mm.
and I think it's safe to say, because seasonalities and jobs and duties, and one of the big key points is in a relationship and in a marriage and in dating is kind of setting those. I don't want to call them jobs because I think I think it's just a bad take. But I do think there are duties and oh, geez.
Chores?
Yes, chores. There we go.
Helping
Chores
you out.
in marriages and stuff like that. To where
Yeah.
because there's certain things I'm not allowed to touch in my house. My wife does not like me doing the laundry
Oh, yeah.
because I don't do it very well.
Yeah.
The reason why is, and the reason I'm not allowed to do laundry is I follow the directions. And let me explain how I follow directions. I take the cap off and I pour the laundry soap into the max line. There's a line that tells you
Max,
people
yeah.
get paid good money to say this is the exact amount of laundry soap you need to put into a load of laundry to get this the equivalent of clean smelling good laundry. So I do that, and if I go over that line, I pour it back in there, and then I dump it in there, and I put the fabric softener in, and I said this, and I'll say it again. Sometimes I don't use fabric softener. My wife don't know that because
Gangsta.
if I grab the fabric softener and and there's just a little bit, I just put it back
Yeah.
because it's expensive. So I just add a
How
little
does that
water.
make you feel when you do that?
Like I'm a criminal, but like in a good way.
What have you done to him, Rachel?
Yeah, I feel like a bad boy. But not
You bad.
Yeah, I know.
He real
I'm
bad.
bad. I didn't use the fabric softener. I'm bad. So but now my wife, on the other hand, the cap means nothing to her. She doesn't respect the directions and the rules. The people who are being paid to determine the equivalent amount of fluid to pour in, she takes the cap off. She don't even look at it. She just glug, 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 pours it in there. It's overflowing. I got blue stuff just overflowing. And then she slams it. And that's how she starts it. Now, my clothes do smell good. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I'm not allowed to touch.
Yeah.
I ain't allowed to do the laundry.
Yeah.
So,
She likes the extra.
well, she calls me basic. She said, "You basic." So I guess she's extra.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In my house, mine's the dishes because I'll wash them off, get ready to load them up into the dishwasher, and as soon as I do that, it's like you didn't stack the plates properly. The plates got to go here, here, and here. Then the little bowls and the pans are. Oh my God! And now I feel like I don't know how to play your Tetris. I love you, honey, but I don't get it. It just, hey, it's in there. Close it, clean it. It's done. It's getting pre-washed and rinsed anyway. So, but speaking of the chores, one thing that's really cool that I think that my wife and I've done, and you guys feel free to use it if you like. But what we've done is when we first started getting together, we looked at our house as like a team effort. It's like this house needs to be ran, and how it needs to be ran is there's a lot of chores going on, and we need to tag team these chores as much as we can here. So how we're gonna do that is you go get the vacuum, I go get this, I go get that, and we wind up bumping into each other. Like I thought you were gonna, and I was. So what we've come up with is a plan, and I just said, honey, look, you just tell me something that you just hate as far as chores. If you look at all the chores in the whole house, you tell me something you hate. She said, I hate the trash. I said, you know what? Don't worry about that trash, honey. I got the trash for you. You never have to touch a bag ever. And she doesn't. So what sucks sometimes is I'll be gone for a week and there'll be 2 bags or 3 bags left there because she ain't touching trash. Which, hey, that's what I signed up for. But I said, okay, if I said no trash, you ain't got to touch trash, don't touch trash. My turn to pick. If I'm no good at doing the dishes, I don't want to do the dishes. And she said, great, I don't want you to do the dishes. So I'm like, okay, this is fun. You want to do it again? She said, yeah. She says, I hate bathrooms. I said, bathrooms? You don't want to touch the bathrooms? She said, no, I don't want to touch bathrooms. I said, I got the bathrooms. You don't ever have to clean the bathroom again, honey. I got the toilets, the showers, the sinks. It's me. No worries. I said, my turn. She said, yeah. I said, I don't like laundry. She said, you don't like laundry? I said, I don't like laundry. She said, you ain't got to do no laundry. I said, okay, this is good. Are you comfortable with that? We do everything else in the middle? She said, yeah. So we find a good stopping point on where it's at. So that's kind of what worked for us. Now, give and take, there's a little bit of gray area here and there. Like if I'm gone for a week and something's happened in the bathroom needs to be cleaned, she cleans it. And hypothetically, she's very busy in her schedule and she's washed and dried the clothes, but they all found themselves on the couch. I'll find themselves folded and put them away. We help each other out, but for the most part, she don't let me touch her washing machine and dryer because those two items are off limits because she does something in there and I don't know what it is, but it comes out the way I like it. So hey, I'm happy.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just one of our many, advocate things that we try to do here. So
I feel very blessed because my wife does 99% of the cleaning.
Oh yeah.
But she's a lot better at it than I am. Like I do the trash.
Yeah.
I have my oldest son's supposed to do the trash, but he don't do no trash.
Oh, yeah.
He's terrible. He just
Way to go, Trip.
He's horrible. He don't do no trash.
I expect better.
Let me tell you. So my wife does the majority of cleaning, but my wife does have me trained very well in the sense like I could be sitting on the couch like yesterday. We're sitting on the couch and she says upstairs is a mess. I just automatically get up to go upstairs and clean. She didn't ask me to. It's just it's like
I know that feeling.
We'll be sitting on the couch. I'm thirsty. I'm not thirsty, but I guess I'm going to go get a drink. I'm fine.
Mallory's sitting there eating some daggum chocolate in the bed, and she goes, "Milk! Oh God, milk!" And I threw the covers off, and I ran, and I stopped halfway because my father-in-law's in the living room, and I said, "You know what your wife's got me doing? Or your daughter's got me doing? My wife." He said, "What?" I said, "She just screamed milk." I flew out the bed as fast as I could to get here to get her some milk. I said, "What?" I said, "She's probably on the phone in there with her mom right now going, it's working."
It worked. My mother-in-law, love her to death. Amazing woman. Can't say enough good stuff about her. My mother-in-law, the first thing she does when she comes over to my house, and I don't care what, she goes straight to the trash can to see if the trash can's full. So I've realized that we have the Ring doorbell, so I get notifications. If I know she's coming over, I see getting a ring. Somebody's at your front door, and she got bad hips, bad legs. She walks a little slow, so I know from the time she gets out of her car to my front door, I got about
38 seconds.
About 4.5 minutes.
Oh.
I got about 4.5 minutes to get my butt off the couch, throw some pants on because I sit around in my boxing drawers if ain't at my house.
Yeah, that's it.
Throw some pants on real quick. Grab the trash. Dude, I don't care if it's got just this much in there. Grab the trash, take it out, put a trash bag in. She'll come in, she'll go. I look at her, it's like, trash empty and it cooked. She said, I wasn't going to look. Yeah, she was.
What you looking for, Cookie? I'm curious.
She don't know that trash is full.
What?
I don't know why.
That's your thing. Hey, that's your thing. That's fine. Hey, I love you too. You're an amazing woman. I'll give her that.
Yep, that's right. So,
caveat. What do we got next?
Marriage.
More marriage. So more marriage.
Yeah. Well, so I think the whole purpose of us doing it is to share the things that people don't like talking about, or they don't like people to know, or you don't post it on Facebook, you don't put it on Instagram, all this stuff. But to again, from what we talked about last time, is to let you know it's okay. It's okay. Not every marriage is perfect. Not every relationship is perfect. Everybody goes through seasons. Everybody goes through changes. You go through dry spells. It happens. Ain't everybody screwed up a little bit in their own way? God forbid that we admit that.
Yeah.
But
keep working at it. It's like we said. This is just little tips and tricks we might give you, and they might be successful in your life. They've been somewhat successful in mine, and you've seen others as well. This is not like a counseling session. We're here to laugh, have a good time, just kind of let you know that some of these things happen behind the scenes that are atrocious, guys. I'm here to tell you, it's okay. We still woke up the next day and, we go to a friend and be like, you won't believe what's happened at my house this 5 minutes ago. And they are on the other line going, I got to hang up with you. You won't believe what's happening right now. And, so that's okay. You find those life people that you can do life with. And the perception of each other is good because no matter how messed up you are, I still perceive you as a certain way. And that's a friend or someone, a companion, or whatever the case is. The same one with your wife, And at the very beginning of my wife's and I marriages, we just took the word divorce and we just balled it up and threw it away. So if we don't have that option as far as a word in our vocabulary, we can't use it.
Yeah.
We might have to choose something else like work, yell, scream, throw things, not knives. But you know what I mean? But to try to figure out something else, but divorce is no longer an option for us. So we have to do something else. And that's worked tremendously. There's been times and points where it's like, this is very frustrating. But I don't have another option besides to be frustrated, and you and I can talk about it. So those are things that just kind of give you guys some some options here as far as what to do. At one point in time, I remember someone saying like a tool for your backpack. You pull this tool out, and you can utilize it. And the way I look at that, I think that's pretty cool. Is most guys, some guys are outdoorsmen, some guys are indoorsmen. And we file wherever you can get. And sometimes the indoorsmen like to go outdoors, and they realize that they're better indoorsmen than they are outdoorsmen. And I kind of feel like I like to be both. I like to be indoors, but I also like to be outdoors. So, but let's just hypothetically say that you come up to a briar patch, and you reach down and you're like, what the heck am I going to do to get through this briar patch? But thank God you brought that machete to fight through that briar patch. And that's kind of what we want to kind of give you guys that. We want to be your machete for your briar patch, to say, hey, these guys don't have it all figured out. They ain't got a clue, but I'm in the same boat they are, and maybe they can give me a point or two to kind of do it, and then at least they're being goofy and maybe but that's our point, man. That's what we want to do to help you guys out, and hopefully that works out well for you.
We're all learning together. Our wives think we're crazy, we think they're crazy, and man, I hope that encourages you guys that if you're going through a sticky, smelly, crappy season in a relationship, man, just push through it.
Stick it out.
Don't give up. Stick it out. Yeah. Pray. Find people that you can laugh and cut up with, and man, just stay the course.
Heck yeah.
Fight it out. So, anything else you got?
Subscribe, click, like. Even if you don't like it, hit the down button. We'll know how you feel, and I am okay with that. Comment below. Let us know.
I'm not okay with that.
Some of your comments. Well, I mean, it's the world we live in. Some people are not going to like this, and we just have to be okay with that.
I don't believe it.
I know. And anyways, like, subscribe, bells. That's it, guys. So, hey, we appreciate you tuning in this second series, and thanks again. We look forward to talking to you guys soon.
All right, see you guys. Bye.